Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials up 33. NASDAQ is down 22. S&Ps are down 1.5. You get oil moving around, still moving around pretty good. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Teddy Kekstadt from Forex Trading Unlocked. Teddy, what's going on?
Good morning, guys. Good to be back with you.
Teddy, good to be with you as well.
Yeah, so, hey, listen, you know, we get these, there's no doubt, you know, the Forex markets have been moving. That dollar, well, the dollar index, okay, it's been driving into that 95, and it seems like every time we get up there, someone's nailing it. I know
Right.
we're gonna start with the dollar yen. So talk to me about this dollar yen. We get your chart up here, Teddy.
Okay, great. Well, last week when we talked, remember I was saying if we get a close above 111 even, that would be significant for an upside move.
Yes.
Obviously, that definitely occurred, right?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Looking at the market above 112. I think that today's recent little new high, I think probably has hit some pretty strong resistance, and I'm looking for the dollar yen to actually fall back now. I think the pressure with the dollar is so strong, I think now it's time for a little profit taking to come into play over the next day and a half or so. So not anything like long-term. I'm not getting bearish the dollar by any means, but I think we'll definitely have a little adjustment. I think the yen probably is going to fall back to just below 112 even, probably around the 111.94.5 area where I have that target 1 on the chart.
Yes.
So that, I think, in the short run is probably really where it's going to go. I mean, gold is getting hammered right now. Oil is off, what, $8 in just over 2 weeks, which I'm looking forward to because at least the gas pump is going to be a little
Yeah, totally. Totally.
So, but that's a lot of, you have big money that's pulled out of 2 major markets, right? You have a lot of profit taking in crude from that bull run that's been going on for a very long time. Gold, that's just been in a free fall. I mean, that's like a lead weight being thrown into the water, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
April 14th to now, they sell it every day. Every single day. You know what's intriguing is that, you know, most times when the yen gets this weak, you can see the Nikkei get some strength, but the Nikkei hasn't been able to basically get over its swing highs from May or June.
Right. Yeah, I think that's pretty interesting how the Nikkei is not reacting like, I mean, the S&Ps are a completely different anomaly right now, the way they're functioning. I think with Japan, you know, I mean, the trade war talk definitely was a little stifling, I think, for them over the past couple months. And
Yes.
I think that's weighing on the Nikkei. And then there's also the dollar-yen trade right now, you know, with the dollar strength and the yen weakness. I think that's another thing that's been putting a little bit of a lag on the Nikkei as well, you know, especially with the expectations that I would think that especially on the Japanese front, that they're looking for these trends to kind of continue for the next, probably quarter, maybe even 2 quarters, you know, with the way things are going politically, especially.
Yeah. Now, the second chart we have is the dollar Bitcoin. What is, talk to us about that.
Okay, well, that, I mean, the rally that they had in the past week since we talked, it's like a balloon underwater. I think that one of the last things I said to you was, I'm looking for it to touch down around 6,000 for Bitcoin, and it fell just a little short. It got under $6,100, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, there was a couple days, a little bit of a rally, and then the last 3 days have been crazy with the strength. I mean, from 63, basically a $1,000 rally in the past day and a half.
Yeah.
You know what's wild is that Tommy and I have been talking about is that, so last Wednesday, bottom line, they come out with the oil numbers. You know, oil pops up for all of 30 minutes, and then they take it south in a huge way. It seemed to come out of nowhere. Yesterday, bottom line, same with Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes down, bang, seems to come out of nowhere, boom. I mean, that thing took off like a rocket ship. And, of course, once it got over 7,000, not that 7,000 means anything, but I think it got probably Bitcoin investors, you know, excited. I'd be excited if I was in that trade.
Totally. I was looking for news on Bitcoin,
Yeah.
like you're saying. I couldn't.
Right.
It was just trading higher. It was, yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So what do you see as the correlation, though, between Bitcoin and the U.S. dollar? Talk to me about that.
Well, I think that you have big money pools now, and now that you have all these derivatives that are involved with Bitcoin, you actually have dollars coming in from big pools of money now that are being allocated into Bitcoin. I mean, you have ETFs and private equity funds now that are investing in it. So I think that this part of this move could be generated by big money that's been moving. If you have, especially groups that have been long oil and they were long gold, they've obviously been scrambling to get out.
Yep.
If they're allocating cash.
Sure, I can get the CME, the CBO, yeah, T, okay, right, I got it, right, yeah, yeah. It's got to go somewhere, right? The cash has to go somewhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what else? The dollar in general, what are you looking at the dollar?
I think the dollar's strength is going to remain. I mean, with the interest rate variable, I mean, right now the bonds are pretty quiet, and I think that they're quiet because of the big move that's going on in crude and gold. I think that the reason the interest rate futures are pretty quiet, or why would they move right now? You've got the dollar in play and all the other major markets. So there's obviously an interest rate play. That's why they're sleeping right now, you know.
Well, the thing that's interesting there, though, is that, you know, the Fed's going up on short-term rates, which they tell us every day. Powell said it yesterday. But the notes and bonds, I mean, well, it doesn't mean that they bottom, but you're talking about in May, they hit a low, and they're not pulling back.
Right, exactly. They're kind of like just going, they're kind of in a summertime market right now almost. It's weird. You know,
no,
so.
there's a divergence, I think. You know what I mean? Because most of the time, you know, it seems that if the dollar is this high and rate's going to continue to go high, they should be selling both of them, but yet they're not. So
Sure.
We'll see where it straightens out.
No, I hear
No doubt. So what do you think? Do you do some work on the euro? What do you think of with the euro?
The euro, that's another thing. I think right now, short term, it's kind of sideways. Today it bounced off some, I mean, the lows where it was going down to today was hitting some nice support on the daily support range.
Yes.
And it just doesn't seem to want to let go. There's no release. Like, it keeps dabbling with, like, trying to sell off, but there's just no pressure. It goes there and there's just no oomph to the
Right.
slide.
Right.
You know? So I think that it is for the euro US dollar correlation. I think that the dollar is going to have a little bit of a tough time with that. I think with the yen, we get a short-term maybe sell-off, but otherwise I think it's going to remain strong. I think the dollar as a whole is going to remain strong for the next like month or two for sure. But the euro, it's like it tries to pound it and it just can't for some reason.
Yes.
You know. So, and that's I think that's why it's a sideways trade. It's like I look at the euro and the bonds right now, they're kind of acting the same way. They're two major markets that should be moving because of these other markets, and they're just kind of just sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah, well, there's you know, when we look at that, and you know, currency markets, folks, are so much larger than equity markets. Of course, people are used to equity markets, Teddy, but it's pretty amazing when you look at the aspect of currency versus equities, right? I mean, it's just gigantic.
Currencies run the world, right?
They do.
You need currencies to trade equities.
They do.
Totally.
They do. Pretty amazing. And, you know, folks, you can come over to our website at TFNN, right under Nadex News. Teddy writes over there for Nadex. He has some great articles over there. His website is Forex Trading Unlocked. It's a beautiful thing. And, of course, currencies, as Tommy just said, rule the world right
We
now.
should see some action, totally.
Well, listen, man, thank you so much. Appreciate it. You have a great week, safe week. We look forward to speaking to you next Wednesday.
Great. Thanks, guys. You
Thanks,
too.
Teddy.
Thanks, Teddy. Take
Take
care.
care, man. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We'll let you know what that oil market's doing. Come right back.